Whoever's first to this live will be the first one to suggest a page. I'm in my car reading random passages from The Lord of the Rings. Please suggest a page between 21 and 1008, and I will read it live with the voices and acting and all. Hope this mic works. And you know, it's fine if nobody shows up. That's just life. But we are live 2 minutes later than promised, me and my pimple, trying to force the pimple off my face by going live every day this week for like 15 minutes or something in the evening. But if nobody shows up, at least me and my pimple shows up. The bad thing is, my pimple can't suggest pages. So, I need someone to get on this live to suggest some pages. And that could be you. It could be you. It could also be someone else. Because if you're not here, maybe someone else is. Currently, there's no one here. But I'll put this... Oh, hello. My car is making some sounds. I'm going to put this out anyway, so you'll see what you missed. But what the problem is that I have no suggested pages, because this is like an impromptu live reading of random passages from The Lord of the Rings. And maybe I'll just start, just by myself, opening the book at a random page. It's from The Two Towers, The Road to Isengard. Now we have someone here. Hello, you who's watching. I'm reading random passages from The Lord of the Rings. Suggested by you. Hey, I know you. Hey man. Why don't you suggest a page for me between 21 and 1008 and I'll read it for you. Please. I'm waiting. Diggy digs, that is me. You know it. I'm here for you. Going live. 23? Okay. That's at the very beginning. Oh, you must feel special to have me all by yourself. All to yourself. 23. Okay. It's from the page 23, The Long Expected Party, is the chapter. Thank you for suggesting the page. I'm really going to read from it with voices and acting and all. I've heard they went on the water after dinner in the moonlight, said old Noakes. And it was Drogo's weight that sunk the boat. And I heard she pushed him in and he pulled her in after him, said Sandyman, the Hobbiton miller. You shouldn't listen to all you hear, Sandyman, said the gaffer, who did not much like the miller. There isn't no call to go talking of pushing and pulling. Boats are quite tricky enough for those that sit still without looking further for the cause of trouble. Anyway, there was this Mr. Frodo left an orphan and stranded, as you might say, among those queer Bucklanders being brought up anyhow in Brandy Hall, a regular warren by all accounts. Old Master Gorboduc never had fewer than a couple of 100 relations in the place. Mr. Bilbo never did a kinder deed when he brought the lad back to live among decent folk. But I reckon it was a nasty shock for those Sackville Bagginses. They thought they were going to get Bag End. That time when he went off and was thought to be dead. And then he comes back and orders them off, and he goes on living and never looking a day older, bless him. And suddenly he produces an heir and has all the papers made out proper. The Sackville Bagginses won't never see the inside of Bag End now, or it is to be hoped not. There's a tidy bit of money tucked away up there, I hear tell, said a stranger, a visitor, on business from Mikael Delving in the West Farthing. All the top of your hill is full of tunnels packed with chests of gold and silver, and jewels, by what I've heard. and you've heard more than I could speak to," answered the gaffer. "I know nothing about jewels. Mr. Bilbo is free with his money, and there seems no lack of it, but I know of no tunnel making. I saw Mr. Bilbo when he came back, a matter of 60 years ago, when I was a lad. I'd not long what the fuck is this word? I'd not long come prentice to old Holman, him being my dad's cousin, but he had me up at Bag End, helping him to keep folks from trampling and trespassing all over the garden while his sale was on. And in the middle of it all, Mr. Bilbo comes up the hill with a pony and some mighty big bags and a couple of chests. I don't doubt they were mostly full of treasure he'd picked up in foreign parts, where there be mountains of gold, they say, but there wasn't enough to fill tunnels." Thank you. That was page 23. Random passages from The Lord of the Rings. I'm so glad you came and suggested a page. So now there's plenty of people here now. I am live reading random passages from The Lord of the Rings from my car, me and my big-ass pimple that I have on my face. And I'll be live several days a week to read from this book. Suggestions by you. It's much easier to read English than to speak English with difficult words. So that was page 23. Have you any other suggestions as to what page I should be reading from next? It's very exciting. Very exciting to see if anyone suggested page 24. Very good. I'll just continue to read wherever I stopped. 24. Well, there wasn't a lot of fill tunnels, but my lad Sam will know more about that. He's in and out of Bag End, crazy about stories of the old day years, and he listens to all Mr. Bilbo's tales. Mr. Bilbo has learned him his letters, meaning no harm, mark you, and I hope no harm will come of it. "Elves and dragons," I says to him. "Cabbages and potatoes are better for me and you. Don't go getting mixed up in business of your betters, or you'll land in trouble too big for you," I says to him. "And I might say it to others," he added, with a look at the stranger and the miller. But the gaffer did not convince his audience. The legend of Bilbo's wealth was now too firmly fixed in the minds of the younger generation of hobbits. But there's likely enough been adding to what he brought at first," argued the miller, voicing common opinion. "He's often away from home. And look at all the outlandish folk that visit him. Dwarves coming at night, and that old wandering conjurer, Gandalf and all. You can say what you like, gaffer, but Bag End's a queer place, and its folk are queerer." "And you can say what you like about what you know more of than you do of boating, Mr. Sandyman," retorted the gaffer, disliking the miller even more than usual. "If that's being queer, then we could do with a bit more queerness in this parts. There's some not far away that wouldn't offer a pint of beer to a friend if they lived in a hole with golden walls, but they do things proper at Bag End. Our Sam says that everyone's going to be invited to the party, and there's going to be presents, mark you, presents for all, this very month as is." Great, that was page 24, thank you very much. Any other suggestions? I bet you're going to say 25. I bet you're going to say 25. Sindre Koltveit. I know who you are, and I'm very pleased to have you watching my live reading of random passages from The Lord of the Rings, suggested by you. This will be a recurring thing happening this week, every evening, for about 15 minutes. An hour. Oh, you said 25. I'm just going to read the whole book. Page 25, thank you very much. So, one confession, I didn't read the whole page of page 24, so we'll just skip a bit, but that's fine. Let's see. When the old man, helped by Bilbo and some dwarfs, had finished unloading, Bilbo gave a few pennies away, but not a single squib or cracker was forthcoming, to the disappointment of the onlookers. "Run away now," said Gandalf. "You will get plenty when the time comes." Then he disappeared inside with Bilbo, and the door was shut. The young hobbits stared at the door in vain for a while, and then made off, feeling that the day of the party would never come. Inside Bag End, Bilbo and Gandalf were sitting at the open window of a small room looking out west onto the garden. The late afternoon was bright and peaceful. The flowers glowed red and golden, snapdragons and sunflowers and nasturtiums trailing all over the turf walls and peeping in at the round windows. "How bright your garden looks," said Gandalf. "Yes," said Bilbo. "I'm very fond indeed of it, and of all the dear old Shire, but I think I need a holiday." "You mean to go on with your plan, then?" "I do. I made up my mind months ago, and I haven't changed it." "Very well. It is no good saying any more. Stick to your plan, your whole plan, mind, and I hope it will turn out for the best for you and for all of us." "I hope so. Anyway, I mean to enjoy myself on Thursday and have my little joke." "Who will laugh, I wonder?" said Gandalf, shaking his head. "We shall see," said Bilbo. That was page 25. Suggest a page, please, from The Lord of the Rings, and I will read from it live with voices and acting and all. 2 people. I am so happy that 2 people are here. We started with 0. Now we're at 2. That's more than a doubling. I'm here with my pimple, as you already know, because, I've said it a few times on this live reading. So we'll be here for 3 more minutes. Yes, 3 more minutes. Any other pages? Sindre Kolltveit, 9906. Or would you like to ask me a question instead? We could do a Q&A if you want. Page 99. I got 99 pages. 99. 99. Here we go. Oh, it's a song. What a fantastic page. This will probably be the last page I read from today. And tomorrow will be another live. Anyway, page 99. The travellers hung up their cloaks and piled their packs on the floor. Merry led them down the passage and threw open a door at the far end. Firelight came out and a puff of steam. "A bath!" cried Pippin. "Oh, blessed Mariadoc!" "Which order shall we go in?" said Frodo. "Eldest first or quickest first? You'll be last either way, Master Peregrine." "Trust me to arrange things better than that," said Merry. "We can't begin life at Crickhollow with a quarrel over baths. In that room there are 3 tubs and a copper full of boiling water. There are also towels, mats, and soap. Get inside and be quick." Merry and Fatty went into the kitchen on the other side of the passage and busied themselves with the final preparations for a late supper. Snatches of competing songs came from the bathroom, mixed with the sound of splashing and wallowing. The voice of Pippin was suddenly lifted up above the others in one of Bilbo's favorite bath songs. "Sing hey for the bath of close of day that washes the weary mud away. A loon is he that will not sing. Water hot is a noble thing. Sweet is the sound of falling rain, and the brook that leaps from hill to plain. But better than rain or rippling streams, a water hawk that smokes and streams. Water cold we may pour need, down a thirsty throat indeed. But better is beer if drink we lack, a water hot poured down the back. Water's fair that leaps on high in a fountain wide beneath the sky. But never did fountain sound so sweet as splashing water with my feet." There was a terrific splash and a shout of "Whoa!" from Frodo. It appeared that a lot of Pippin's bath had immediated a fountain and leaped on high. Merry went to the door. "What about supper and beer in the throat?" he called. Frodo came out, drying his hair. "There's so much water in the air that I'm coming into the kitchen to finish," he said. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, people. Sindre, for suggesting some pages from The Lord of the Rings for me to read from. That was amazing. Now we've done a 15-minute live. Tomorrow we'll do another 15-minute live. On YouTube, that's where we are, so I guess there was no point in saying that. So, have a nice day or night. I will drive home, and I'll see you tomorrow, if you come tomorrow. You'll be there. I see you, Mr. One Person. Bye-bye.